Hello. I don't really have an intro, and what I'm about to say may sound like the ramblings of a madman, which I am. I've been touched by the three fingers, and I think when they touched me, I've been blessed with some knowledge. Maybe it is knowledge, or maybe I'm just pulling things out of you know what. But yeah, I think I have some knowledge about Metyr, the Mother of Fingers, and Midra, the Lord of Frenzied Flame. So let's start with Metyr. Did you know that in Phase 2, when she does her super attack that summons an energy ball that shoots you with laser beam, this ball isn't actually an energy ball, it is a black hole. And it shoots you with something called astrophysical jets. And it is inspired by real-life black holes that do the exact same thing. I don't really know the physics of it, but if you focus on the attack itself, you will start to notice that there is something that looks like an event horizon. And also, did you know that in Phase 2, when her OST goes quiet and it starts to become calm, you will start to hear some weird noise. This noise is actually the sound of a black hole. Yeah, everything in this fight is black hole oriented. Hell, when she dies, unlike the other bosses, she doesn't go up in smoke and disappear. No, she retreats inside the black hole. Now, my weird lore speculation is that the sound you hear in her OST is actually the sound of her crying, for the greater will to come back, or for the greater will to take her back, or something like that. And speaking of the greater will, this reminds me that in real life, there are supermassive black holes at the center of the galaxies, and they are pulling everything inside them. So what if this is a crazy ass pull, but it's fun? What if the one great that Hayate talks about is something like that? Something like a black hole that is taking everything back inside it. Or maybe Hayate is just talking about something like the old one in Demon Souls. I don't know. And speaking of Hayate, let's start talking about the Frenzy Flame and Midra. Apparently, or at least I think so, Midra is inspired by Hastur, the King in Yellow. Both of them are Lovecraftian entities that are something like the manifestation of chaos. Both of them are monarchs. Both of them have the color yellow as their theme color. Both of them live in weird areas with dark waters. You've got Midra living in the Abyssal Woods, and Hastur lives in Carcosa, that has the Black Lake or the Dark Lake. Both of them can drive people insane. That's what the Frenzy does in Midra's fight, and Hastur does it in his own Lovecraftian way. and both of them have weird minions that wander the areas of their monarchs. In Elden Ring, you've got the untouchable aging or the aging untouchable, and in the Lovecraftian or Cthulhu mythos, Hastur has his own minions. And if this wasn't convincing enough for you, the first story that Hastur appeared in is called Hyeta the Shepherd, and the first character that may tell you about the Frenzy Flame in Elden Ring is Hyeta. So I think there is some link in there. Also, I called Hastur a Lovecraftian entity, but in reality he wasn't made by Lovecraft. He was made by Ambrose Bierce. And Lovecraft kinda liked the idea and put him in one of his stories. And then, you know, the Cthulhu mythos. People take ideas and twist them, which is exactly what Miyazaki loves to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if Miyazaki actually knows about Hastur and he just decided to twist him up a little bit. Now, I haven't read Hyeta the Shepherd, but I heard that in this story Hastur is actually cool and not an evil entity. But like I said, Lovecraft, Miyazaki, they love to twist things up. Hell, the whole concept of Elden Ring is that George R.R. Martin gave Miyazaki some ideas and Miyazaki just decided to ruin them and break them and twist them. And I love this kind of thing. And I also love looking at inspirations behind the Soulsborne bosses or enemies or stories or really any media that I like. I love digging up some obscure shit and tying them up. Maybe people will find that annoying or that I'm just muddying the water, but I think there is some clarity to be gained from looking at possible inspirations. So if anyone is willing to read the stories that revolve around Hastur the King in Yellow, maybe they will find some hints to the Frenzy Flame, the chaos, and all of that stuff. And if you are like me and you like this sort of thing, then consider subscribing and sharing and all of the good stuff, because next week, or maybe in a few days, I don't know, I may talk about the outer god that possibly inspired Formless Elden. And I also may talk about the thing that inspired Iberiatis, Daughter of the Cosmos. So yeah, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, share, and all of the good stuff. And see you guys in the next one.